about it right now, everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually alright. You're okay. You have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for.
Well, hello, Leo. How the heck are ya? Yeah, I can tell. It's been a minute or two since I've been around. Been a little, busy, which is always a good thing, I suppose. So, here we are, July. For some of you, your birthday month. Happy birthday. For those of you Leos in August, happy early birthday. Let's get started, shall we? For those of you who have not joined me in the past, give you a little rundown real quick. The cards across the top, those are going to be your general, your overall theme, your guidance and advice from your spirit guides. We have a fun new deck that I seen, Water and Fire Tarot. She is absolutely hilarious. She was using them last month or the month before, and so I couldn't resist. I had to order them. That will be that little card in the middle. And we're going to do your work, career, and finance down on the bottom left, your love and romantic relationships on the bottom right, and then, as always, we'll do a postcard from Spirit on the bottom in the center there. So, here we are. Shall we begin? We are going to start out with the Book of I-ching. So you guys have card 17 with this deck. Card 17 is called Following. I'm going to read that to you. It says, people who are coerced into cooperation will ultimately resist. To obtain enthusiastic followers, one must adapt to the prevailing needs of the time. Act thoughtfully and in the proper context. Success is likely if one's actions are worthy, but a following should not be expected until those conditions are met. So, Leo, same theme, same concept as when you are complaining about something or expressing frustration about something to, let's say, your parents or your grandparents. And they are like, well, back in my day, we walked uphill both ways, 10 miles in snow up to our waist. When has that ever given you the encouragement or the ambition to be like, woo, alrighty then, let's do this shit since that's how they did it, yeah. Never, right, Leo? Because I don't believe I've ever said, oh, well, I completely forgot what I was bitching about in the first place, so guess I'm going to go get to it. No, you have to adapt. You have to improve, expand, grow with the times, with your aging process. You can't approach relationships the same way you did when you were 16. You can't approach work the same way you did when you were 16. You're not just working so you can buy the new pair of crazy, ridiculous, expensive jeans that so-and-so was wearing in class today. Just gonna say, the only time that you don't really need to progress and go with the times is like if you're talking about Common Core math. Because let me tell you, that bullshit, that's when I'm like, let me show you how we did it back in my day. Because it made frickin' sense back then. So, you guys have 2 surrender cards and 2 from the Native Spirit deck. We'll start with the surrender cards. Surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in, rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Receiving, not giving, Leo. You are not to chase down and tackle everything this month. It's a month to sit back, to retreat, to really take the time to understand where exactly you are at. Surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Holding on too tightly. Boom. Mic drop. How many times have you held on to relationships, to jobs, to thoughts for far too motherfucking long, and it only brought you pain? Yep. Sometimes we need to treat life like the hot potato game. You're supposed to toss the hot potato, not hang on to it until you have third-degree burns and you can't hold on to it anymore because the ends of your fingers are melted off. Sometimes you have to just let go. Trust. All medicine. So this is on page 68. You guys know I love numerology. You know I love astrology. I'm going to intertwine all of this here. Page 68. 6 plus 8, 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. 5 is that lovely number of change, right? That number of transformation. The Owl Medicine card, it's all about illumination. It's about transformation. It's about you knowing your truth and trusting your intuition rather than your heart. It's about being aware. Think of the owl. It sits high on the treetop, in the dark, by itself, getting a new perspective, seeing for itself what is actually going on. It gets that new perspective from a dark place of solace. There is no two-seater from this perspective. You're a single-seater only. You need to allow the truth to show itself, and then you need to trust it. Spirit Keeper of the South, oddly enough, page 86, same math. 8 plus 6, 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. Yet another card of change and transformation. This card is all about expansion and growth. The South. Each direction symbolizes something different, and the South symbolizes not only the hot summer months, but it also represents the full moon. So this full moon on the 17th in Capricorn, it's your area of work and health. And that is going to be huge this month. If you think about it, the corn is all scrawny and short right up until July and August. And that's when all of a sudden it's humid. It's like a steam pressure cooker. And the corn just shoots up and it just takes off. And it grows and it expands. It really digs its roots in. And that's what Spirit is asking you to do this month, Leo. Now in your work, career, and finance, you guys have fucking bomb-ass cards. Amazing. 3 of Wands. Success after an abundance of trials and tribulations. This is a hugely, fabulous positive card in the work and career section. Hold your head high. Know that you are all that in a bag of chips. Know what you have within you, what you're able to bring to the table. The biggest thing for you this month, Leo, is knowing where you're at and not self-sabotaging. Let that success come to you. It's on your side. Because then you have the wheel. The wheel is all about this too shall pass, and I will bring you through it. And there's always good following the bad. It might be a lot of bad. It might be a lot of bad. But there will be good. Nobody has ever written a story of success that said, I stayed in the same spot, the same job, the same position, and I never moved, I never updated my software, and ta-da, here I am today just killing it. No, think about it. If your hairdresser, your hairstylist, never went to any training, never opened up another one of those hair magazines after she graduated beauty school 20, 30, 40 years ago, think of what a shit show your hair is gonna be. You're gonna be getting perms every 3 months with your grandma. It's all about evolving. You guys are going through such a huge time of really understanding who the hell you are and what you deserve and why you have been through what you've been through, because you were supposed to learn X, Y, and Z. In your love and romantic relationships, you guys have relax, prayer, and trust. Yep. This card says there is plenty of time to do and achieve all you desire. So place your hands gently on your heart and allow your breath to guide you to a quiet space within. Imagine yourself bathed in golden light, flowing from the eternal heart of God. I, your guardian angel, am with you. Allow me into your heart. You will accomplish more by focusing on that which is most important in life, love. The prayer card says, Dear guardian angel, help me to be flexible in my attitudes, my beliefs. Help me not to fear the transient nature of life. What does transient mean? It means moving, not staying stagnant. Help me not to fear the transient nature of life. Help me to remember the eternal light which emanates from my soul and the eternal light which emanates from my heart from the heart of every living thing. Help me to remember that I am eternally guided and loved by God and all creation. I don't give a shit if you say God, you say source, you say whoever the hell you want. That's fine. But we're not chasing down and tackling everyone and everything. We're going with the flow. We're trusting in our highest good and the divine timing to come through for you. Trust. You are looking at a situation from purely a physical perspective, and therefore you cannot see the bigger picture and the blessings interwoven within the event. We, your angels, urge you to trust, for all will work out in the best way possible. Let go of your fear and apprehension and allow God's healing energy to flow to you. Trust, for all will heal in ways you never thought possible. Leo, it's right there. Might not be black and white, but it's pretty freaking clear. You have to be like that owl. You have to be like the hanged man. You have to stay there at a real high perspective, really allowing yourself to see what it is that is the truth. Trusting that everything always works out just as it should. If you think of the shittiest thing that has ever happened to you, let's say, we'll go surface level. We'll say a breakup. It was a terrible breakup. You cried for days, gained 50 pounds, whatever. But what did you learn from it? What did you learn? A, you learned what you didn't want, so now you know what you do want. B, you probably learned that maybe, I don't know, self-respect is a little bit more important than you thought. You realized what you really desire and dream of. Hopefully you learned that you probably shouldn't have held on to it that long, and trusting your gut maybe the next time when you see those red flags. Say the death of a loved one. What did it teach you? It taught you that life is precious, that you never know when your time is up per se, or when somebody else's time is up. When somebody dies, all of a sudden all those petty little things seem so stupid. You seem so disappointed, or it's like, what bullshit was that I just totally focused on? When in reality it doesn't even matter anymore. But why does it take something so strong, so powerful, so painful to happen in order for us to get that perspective, to finally be able to grasp that lesson? I mean, it might be because we're stubborn and fire sign and, that. But it's also because we're creatures of habit. It's all about who we surround ourselves with. It's all about breaking free from what we've always known. This little card in the middle, this is a fun one. It says, you gonna cry about it or boss up? Pro tip is to do both. So, this says, you can do both. The real ballers feel their feelings and do what they know is right at the same time. You still get to be the boss, even if you are the crying boss. I mean, it says it a little bit more in a hood way. You still the boss, even if you the crying boss. I just added in a couple of grammatical things. So, postcard from Spirit, here we are. Dear wonderful you, intimacy is scary sometimes. It means you have to let someone else get to know the real you, not the perfect, flawless mask that you wear for others. No, it's time to reveal the cool one, the passionate one, the imperfect one that is totally you without artifice or walls. Yes, you will be exposed and vulnerable for a time, but it will be so worth it. This is the only way that you will know true closeness with others, and you will also be close to Spirit and to us. There is amazing freedom that comes when you let go and just be yourself with another or with a group. Release from the invisible bindings that keep you from intimacy. It's truly empowering. So may we support you wholeheartedly. In this choice, you will know yourself better, and we hope learn to love yourself as much as we do. Life is about who we are with others, so share it. You will be so glad you did. Loving you so, so much. There it is, Leo. There it is. You're gonna boss up? You're gonna let yourself cry? You're gonna finally let yourself see who you really are? You can't expect anybody else to ever love you or not judge you until you stop judging yourself and loving yourself conditionally. You have to be able to love yourself unconditionally before you can ever expect anybody else to. And if you aren't truly being yourself, how can you expect somebody else to really genuinely love you, be true to you, and be 100% honest and present with you? It's a huge month for you, Leo. You guys have pretty big astrological shifts this month. You guys have so much on your side because there's so many planets in Leo. But this full moon on the 17th in Capricorn, your work and health. Health is all parts of you. Your heart is just as important as your brain, just as important as your cooch or your junk, whatever you want to call it. It's all important. Funny thing is, once you realize what you need to realize and you see that different perspective, you're going to have to find your balls because you're going to have to let go. You're going to have to change. You're going to have to transform. Because on July 31st, you guys have that Leo new moon. You guys have Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, and Juno, which is Jupiter's wife, all in Leo. It's all about taking positive, passionate action with love towards your true happiness. Get after it, Leo. Get the fuck after it. I am so happy to be back. I'm so glad that we were able to do this. I'll see you beautiful bitches in August. Until then, much love.